Driving can be peaceful, man. Therapeutic even, just you, the open road, maybe a podcast or playlist to keep you company. But sometimes that peace can be shattered. Sometimes the things we encounter on those lonely stretches of asphalt stay with us long after we've reached our destination. Today we're hitting the road, turning down the high beams and diving into 5 chilling driver stories that will make you think twice about night drives. Driving can be peaceful until something unexpected happens. Today we dive into 5 chilling driver stories that will make you think twice about night drives. Our first story takes us to the Lone Star State, Texas, where a truck driver found himself hauling cargo down a remote stretch of highway late one night. Picture this pitch-black sky, only his headlights cutting through the darkness. As he rumbles down this desolate road, something catches his eye in the distance, a shadowy figure standing near the edge of the road.
Now, this being a remote area, I naturally assume it's someone stranded, maybe a broken-down vehicle. I slow down, being a good Samaritan and all, but as I get closer, the figure just vanishes. Gone. Like a phantom in the night.
Now, this trucker, he's a seasoned driver, seen a lot on the road, but this was different. Shaken, he tells himself it was just his mind playing tricks, hits the gas and tries to put it behind him. He's driving a little faster now, heart still pounding, when suddenly he sees it again. The same shadowy figure, this time right in the middle of the road.
I slam on the brakes, bracing for impact, but just as suddenly as it appeared, the figure disappears again, vanished without a trace.
The trucker, he's completely freaked out now, adrenaline pumping. He hightails it out of there and never looks back. To this day, that trucker refuses to take that route at night, the memory of that vanishing figure forever etched in his mind. What was it that he saw on that lonely Texas highway? A figment of his imagination, a trick of the light, or something far more unsettling? Our next story takes us to the winding back roads of rural Pennsylvania, where a driver encountered something truly bizarre on a foggy night. Now, picking up hitchhikers is a gamble, even more so in the middle of nowhere, shrouded in fog. But this driver, feeling a pang of sympathy for the lone figure on the roadside, decided to stop.
The hitchhiker, a man bundled up in a heavy jacket, his face obscured by the hood, got in the back seat without a word. I tried to break the ice, asked him where he was headed. Silence. The hitchhiker just stared straight ahead, not uttering a single word.
The driver, starting to feel uneasy, tried making small talk, commenting on the weather, anything to get a response. But the hitchhiker remained eerily silent, lost in his own world. Miles pass, the only sound the hum of the engine and the rhythmic thud of the windshield wipers battling the thick fog. The driver, his unease growing with each passing mile, glances at the rearview mirror, expecting to see the hitchhiker still sitting there. But there's no one there. The back seat is completely empty.
I slam on the brakes, heart racing, thinking maybe the hitchhiker had somehow slipped out unnoticed. I jump out, frantically searching the side of the road, shining my flashlight into the dense fog, but there's no sign of him. The hitchhiker had vanished.
The driver, shaken to his core, eventually gets back in his car and drives away, the silence now deafening. Local legends in that area whisper about the vanishing hitchhiker, a spirit, they say, of someone who died on that very road decades ago, doomed to forever roam the fog-shrouded back roads, seeking a ride they'll never finish. Chapter 3. The Woman in White. A taxi driver's late-night encounter in the Philippines left him questioning his sanity.
I spot a woman in a white dress waving me down. This road is notorious for being desolate after midnight. She gets in, her face pale, eyes fixated outside. I ask her destination, but she remains silent, her eyes glued to the window. Suddenly, I slam on the brakes.
The back seat is empty. She's gone, vanished into thin air. No sign of the woman in white. Chapter 4. The Ghost Truck. Our next stop takes us to the fog-laden country roads of England, where a driver's late-night journey took a terrifying turn.
Picture this. A narrow country road, visibility near zero thanks to the thick fog. The only sounds the gentle hum of the engine and the rhythmic thud of the windshield wipers. I'm driving cautiously, knowing how dangerous these roads can be in this weather. Suddenly, two bright headlights pierce through the fog, seemingly out of nowhere, and the unmistakable shape of a large truck emerges from the white abyss, barreling straight towards me. My heart leaping into my throat, I react instinctively, yanking the steering wheel hard to the right, my car swerving violently to avoid a head-on collision. I brace for the deafening crash, the shattering glass, the impact, but it never comes.
He slams on the brakes, his car skidding to a stop on the grass verge. His heart is pounding, his breath coming in short, sharp gasps as he looks back to see what kind of maniac was driving that truck. But there's nothing there. The road is empty. The truck, the headlights, everything gone, vanished into the fog as if it were never there.
Local legends in that area whisper about a ghostly truck that haunts that particular stretch of road. The spectral echo of a tragic accident that claimed the lives of a truck driver and his family many years ago. They say that on foggy nights, the ghost truck reappears, its headlights a terrifying beacon in the darkness, forever doomed to reenact its final journey.
Chapter 5. The Haunted Delivery Route. Our final story takes us on a delivery driver's late-night route, a route that would lead him to a chilling encounter.
It was a dark and stormy night, rain lashing down, wind howling like a banshee. I receive a delivery request to an isolated house on the outskirts of town. I pull up to the house, a dilapidated Victorian mansion, its paint peeling. I check the address twice, just to be sure.
He grabs the package and heads up the creaky porch steps. He knocks on the door. No answer. Just as he's about to leave, he hears a faint whisper from inside. He freezes, his heart skipping a beat. Suddenly, a face appears in the window, pale and gaunt. I scream, dropping the package and stumbling back down the porch steps. So, the next time you find yourself driving down a dark road late at night, remember these stories. Remember that the road isn't always as empty as it seems. Remember that sometimes the things we see in the shadows, the things that go bump in the night, are more than just our imaginations running wild. Have you ever encountered something strange, something unexplained while driving? Share your story in the comments below. And until next time, drive safe. You never know what's out there.